Hello everybody, Dragon the Shark here, and welcome back once again to... In the last video, we got laid, paid, and made a damn fool by a gang of Haitian scammers. So you're probably wondering, Dragon the Shark, why did it take you so long to make the video? Look, I was busy, okay? Between the music, check out Orpheus my music by the way, working part-time and contemplating my poor life decisions, I was feeling a bit burnt out. So, the plan for today. Revenge. You may remember that in the first episode, we robbed Arasaka for a biochip, giving us access to Johnny Silverhand, the lead bassist and Dogstar. Both me and him are getting rather annoyed at living with each other, so we want a divorce. How do we get a divorce? That's easy. By launching a siege on a corporate tower, infiltrating their data servers, and letting an AI program remove Johnny from our heads. You know, the usual process.
I am not his girlfriend.
However, we need upgrades, and cash, and actual verification that Arasaka keeps their data servers in the building, because for all we know, they could be sitting up in space. So, where do we start? Cyber Psychos.
Looking to get shot?
You've heard me mention them a couple of times throughout the videos, but what actually are they? Basically, when you decide to get upgrades like cybernetic arms, legs, lungs, etc., there runs a chance where the overstimulation of multiple prosthetics can overwhelm the user, creating a sense of madness in them. Ages ago, we got contacted by this girl, Regina, to take down various cyber psychos across Night City in exchange for cash. She wants to experiment with them and try to develop a cure. We want money, so it works for us. We had a couple of half-decent encounters, except this one where I got butt-dialed by a sentient car a couple of times. Speaking of which, the cars. We hunted down a few more Delamain cars right up until we finally earned enough money to buy... Guess I owe money still.
Finally scrounged up enough eddies to pay you back in full.
Shit. Now we gotta earn it back. Thank God Cyber Psycho missions pay through the roof. We only had to do about 3 missions before we were back up to our original 20,000 Eddie net worth. Oh, and we also did the Edge Runners DLC, so you'll see me wearing David Martinez's jacket for a while. After that, I finally decided to get in contact with our favourite racism punching bag, Takamura. See, about 3 weeks ago in-game, he wanted us to meet up with him by the docks to discuss important business. But, since our dumbass wanted to explore, he'd been waiting by the dockside. For 3 goddamn weeks. Nevertheless, we finally met up, only to be rejected by his old comrade Oda.
No!
However, we learned something interesting. Hanako. See, Saburo Arasaka actually had 2 children. Yorinobu, the rogue renegade who went against the natural order by killing his own father, and Hanako, Saburo's personal favourite child. According to Age, Yorinobu became the new CEO of Arasaka, which, quick side note, is a dumb as way of finding a new CEO. You seriously implying that Elon Musk is gonna make the CEO of Tesla? The guy isn't even 10 years old. But hey, at least he isn't a real piece of human trash, like Jack Doherty.
You have film on that phone too.
Anyway, back to Hanako. She is now second in command right behind her older brother Yorinobu, and fears that her brother's blatant abuse of power will eventually kill him. And so, with our witness protection program, we can charge Yorinobu with patricide, let him get thrown out, and let Hanako take over. In return, she could help us remove Silverhand. In all honesty, it sounded like a solid plan. Right up until we remember that this is Arasaka and Silverhand has a long-standing hatred against them, so working with them is out of the question. So, where do we go from here? Well, let's gather some info. As a parade due to happen in a couple of days, Takamura suggested that we could infiltrate a nearby compound, hack into the right float, and lay a trap to talk to Hanako alone. So obviously, this is a stealth bit.
All units report.
God fucking damn it. After that complete mess, we finally hijacked the right float, planting a virus that would give Takamura the chance he needs to jump onto the float. We scurried out of the compound and almost immediately got a second call from Takamura. It was time. We discussed the final plan. The Arasaka parade was going to fly through Japantown through a lot of high-rises. As a result, security was swarming the place. Snipers, drones, and a netrunner agent. Our job? Take it all down. So we got started by dying immediately to a landmine. We then dealt with the last 2 snipers before sneaking into an apartment block, and after a bit of gunfight we found our netrunner. We unplugged them before suddenly being ambushed by Oda. This is it. A worthy opponent.
Our battle will be legendary.
And it's over. Yeah, it turns out that spamming Mantis Blades in close quarters does a ton of damage, and we actually killed him in about a minute and a half. If it makes you feel any better, this won't be the biggest fight this video. That comes later. Anyway, after that fight, we got the heck out of Dodge before getting yet another call from Takamura. These NPCs sure do like sending a lot of texts. We met up in a seedy apartment place, giving Hanako a quick catch-up on our backstory. So yeah, my buddy bled out in the car, and then I was shot in the head by a...
Not now. Come on, gotta get the fuck out of the city.
After the SWAT raid, we found ourselves in a shady motel room. Nothing but a gun. Actually, scratch that.
I'm armed.
Another hooker stops by our place, relaying a message from Hanako. She said that for whatever reason, she actually believed our story and wanted to meet up. Now, this is the part where I tell you, dear viewers, that we are not jumping over to Embers just yet. See, going to the nightclub Embers triggers the game's final sequence, and I've got some side missions to do before that. For one, Judy Alvarez. You know, the girl who helped us find Evelyn Parker. Well, as it so happens, while we've been off doing God knows what, she has forged a plan to get revenge on the owner of Clouds. She wants to take over the brothel for herself and for the hookers. Now, that sounds like a not bad idea, so let's help her out. For starters, a walk-in interview. We did some parkour, talked with Judy's ex, and got kicked out. In retaliation for failing our job interview, like any sane person, we killed a man. But he deserved it, okay? He was at the island. Next, Kung Fu. Judy figured out that since the Joy Toys use data chips for their clients, we can hijack it and teach them martial arts. We got our asses beat before agreeing to quite possibly the dodgiest plan ever. Step 1 would take over the security. Step 2, with the Joy Toys distracting everyone down below, I'd slip into the main penthouse, dispatching everyone there. Step 3, get out, and Step 4, profit. Step 1 went off smoothly. Step 2 was a little trickier though. After infiltrating the penthouse, stealthily, Maiko decided to be a little bit of a scumbag, telling us to kill the CEO, which wasn't really in our plans. So instead of killing the CEO, we killed everyone in the room. Maiko included.
You killed her?
Judy wasn't too fond about us after that, but that's okay, because Mama always said never to run with scissors.
Piss brain.
After that, it was Johnny's turn for attention. For him, he had two things on his agenda, Rogue and Kerry Uridine. First, Rogue. After talking with her about Adam Smasher being back in Night City, me and her went to investigate a shipyard. An easy stealth mission, obviously. Cue the music. After that stealth mission, we learned that Adam Smasher was not really reachable. In fact, he was Arasaka's chief of security, meaning he was cramped up 24/7 in the Arasaka Tower. After that, Johnny drove us out to his grave where we etched his name on a sheet of metal before he tossed out a random idea. Give Rogue a date. Now, I'm not really into older women, but apparently Johnny MILF Snatcher Silverhand is obsessed with Rogue, so he rang her up and drove Rogue to a drive-in cinema.
Get back on my own.
After that abysmal first date with Rogue, Johnny suggested a new strategy, visiting his old band Kerry Uridine and bringing the band back together. So we snuck into Kerry's mansion and paid him a visit.
Who the fuck? Keep playing.
After a brief conversation where we convinced Kerry that we were indeed schizophrenic, he said that he'd love to get the band back together for one last show, in Silverhand's honor, of course. So we visited a local club, told Nancy that we were on a mission from God, and managed to convince her to join our posse. In the meantime, Kerry had brought in the last two people, Denny and Henry. After some minor disputes,
I filled my pool with cement.
we kicked Henry out of the band before finally settling in. After I dealt with some stuff, we went to the local CD pub. I roleplayed as a teenage girl at P. Diddy's mansion by ingesting some pills in the bathroom before getting onto the stage and absolutely shredding on the guitar.
What is?
After the show, we finally met up with Hanako at the Embers Club. She told us exactly what we needed to know. Mikoshi wasn't a physical place per se, but we could access it via a terminal underneath Arasaka Tower. All we needed now was access. Before we could make our decision, we collapsed a little, with Johnny dragging our dying body to Vix for one last checkup.
How much longer is this going to go on?
In short, we didn't have long. This was our final stand, our execution, and if we didn't act now, it'd fade away, like tears in the rain. Misty brought us to the top of a roof where she gave us some space to decide. We had three main options. We could accept Hanako's deal and testify against her brother in a board meeting. We could give in to Johnny and let him drive our body through Arasaka. Or we could give Panam one last call before ending it ourselves. So we gave Panam a call, and she sleepily informed us that the Aldecaldos could help with whatever we needed. And honestly, she kinda had a point. They had numbers, guns, a freaking talk. If they couldn't help us get into Arasaka Tower, then I don't know what could. So I made the call and asked Panam for help. When we got to the Aldecaldos camp, she laid out the plan for us. The Night City government were developing a rail network out of the city, and we're in the middle of boring the tunnel. We'd take control of the board, digging our way straight into the basement of Arasaka Tower before blasting our way through to the Mikoshi terminal.
It needs fixing.
You're gonna be an Aldecaldo, which means this family will go to hell and back for you. Ready, kid? You're one of us now, B. You're an Aldecaldo, damn it.
Right there.
So we packed up and hit the site hard.
Easier to gain a Cobra's trust than an Aldecaldo.
Loud and clear. I got us on it.
It's getting dicey.
We dug our way through to the basement level where our AI friend Old Cunningham took control of the AI, eradicating most of the threats for us. All we had to do now was to march our way into Mikoshi. We had accounted for everything, except one person. Adam Smash. With one kick of his foot, he crushed Saul's head into a thick red paste before launching a flurry of missiles towards us. We were struggling to stay alive, and as I ducked and weaved between bullet spray and missile rain, I spotted her, Panam shooting a pistol, a fierce glimmer in her eyes. In that moment, I knew just what I had to do. Just like my predecessor David had done years ago for his girlfriend Lucy, I now had to take on Smasher and protect Panam. So I extended my mantis blades and went to town. It took effort, but we finally did it. We killed Smasher, for Saul, for Jackie Wells, for David Martinez, for Cynthia Chinasauku I can't pronounce that fucking name. Seriously, pick an easier name, please. We marched towards the Mikoshi terminal, plugging ourselves in.
Let us go then, you and I.
We were inside Mikoshi, but it was then that Alt told us the final, soul-crushing truth. Not only were we, now an engram ourselves, but if we decided to return to our body, we would die in approximately 6 months. Our body had been altered by the biochip so much that it responded better to Johnny Silverhand's engram than our own. And so, in that moment, we made our final decision.
Goodbye, me. And never stop fighting.
Well, Night City. Good night and good luck.
Yeah, this video series took a lot of effort, this video especially, so genuinely, thank you all, each and every one of you. I'll be taking a shortish break, but if you want to chat with me on a more parasocial level, you can always check out my Twitch, where I now do weekly Friday streams at these time zones. I've also started planning the next series, which will be a playthrough, so keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, if you're at all curious about the music, check out my music project Orpheus on Spotify, Apple iTunes, Deezer, Tidal, YouTube, Amazon, the works. Anyway, enough Neon Genesis Evangelion credit slop, let's just end the damn video.